way we watch it. I'm your host MVJ, and tonight we are streaming live into the future with part 3 of our series, The Future of TV. Tonight's episode is called From Viewers to Visionaries. We are talking about a total transformation where AI is no longer behind the scenes. It's in front and at the center. Imagine this: TV that knows your mood, understands your schedule, answers your questions, and adjusts content in real time. That's not science fiction, that's AI TV. Powered by responsive real time AI agents, they are not just recommendation bots, they are fully fledged digital assistants shaping your entertainment experience on the fly. And your smartphone, it's now your universal remote, your AI dashboard, and your personal director's chair, controlling content, tone, language, even format, all in real time. Tonight, we'll show you what it means and why content is no longer just consumed, it's customized and co created. Joining us today, CEO of AITV Technologies Inc., Dr. Ahmad Moradi, and the CIO, Chief Information Officer of AITV Technologies Inc., Mr. Stefan Ramondini. Over to you, Dr. Moradi.
Greeting everyone, welcome to Tech Talk Show, and thank you for having us again. As usual, our program includes a variety of content for the purpose of information, communication, and education. And these are all forward-looking statements because of the fact that we live in the future. So when we live in the future, we have to envision new things that is happening. And when we share those things with you, we want to get you excited. We want you to understand and learn that there are new generation of technologies that we are going to be announcing, introducing, especially through Tech Talk and through Borneo Post and Daily Oriental and all of these sponsors that we have. And by educating you, then we hope that you give us feedback, provide us with your input, and we can make our experiences through AI TV better. I turn the podium back to Mr. Stefan Remondini, our CIO, who is going to be talking a little bit about this subject. So I think, Vijay, you can start asking questions. Back to you.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. Steve, thank you for joining us. Dr. Moradi?
Yes.
I believe that AI TV is the future. Can you explain to us a little bit on how it functions?
Well, AI TV is a derivative of 20 some years of experiences that we have had in the field with the use of internet and video and broadcasting and working with a variety of federations around the globe and TV networks, where those culmination of learning experiences brought us to working with our colleague Stefan and building the next generation of artificial intelligence television. So, Stefan, why don't you give us a little input from the CIO point of view?
Well, it's really just kind of a very exciting time in the market. Of course, everybody's aware how quickly that AI is generating, videos. They're generating commercials. They're generating images. All of this stuff can happen at rapid fire nowadays. So rather than take the original TV, push all the commercials, push all the information, push all the content to the consumer, we're now in a point where we can actually generate content on interest. And it really becomes important for the AI agent that is coming along with the AI TV stream to pay attention to those prompts and respond to those prompts and accordingly, and not overwhelm the customer with a variety of other information that they did not ask for. So over a period of time, the agents are going to get a lot smarter, and they're going to be a lot more intuitive of what that person likes. And yet we still have to maintain the ability that human beings grow and their interests change, and their ability to get certain types of information becomes almost unique and critical to them on their daily lives. So as we go on this journey, getting that consumer feedback, getting those criticisms of what is good and what is not good, what they want and what they don't want, become very, very important to the success of this entire industry.
Mhm.
Especially when you look at some of the issues that is going on right now with the industry, as you just talked about, the vast amount of libraries and videos that is
Oh God,
constantly
yes.
being produced. It's becoming extremely overwhelming, but yet in this chaotic environment, the user wants to get access to the content that they like, they prefer, and they choose. Back to you, Vijay.
Ah, thank you, Dr. Moradi. Stephen, just now you were interestingly pointing out the way that advertisement is going to be presented in AI TV is a bit different, non-intrusive, right? Can our audience hear more about that, please?
Yes, the idea is if you can look at a lot of the large language models, and there's a variety of AI systems out there being built from Grok to Gemini to Manus to Chat GPT. So everybody's kind of going at it with a little bit of how do I maintain the scope of information, and how do we now get the user engaged and immersed, and making sure that they get that information back that's important to them. And then if the AI agent is not prompt oriented, in other words, paying attention to what that consumer is asking for, their likes and their dislikes, you end up trying to throw a bunch of information at them, which just exasperates the current situation, which is a push-only technology. Now the AI agent's providing actually too much information, and it begins to hallucinate a little bit about what is the possibility of what the human being is asking for. So maintaining that nice balance, and then educating that agent for that consumer agent relationship, maintaining those types of prompts and that succinct data that is meaningful is what's going to keep that consumer online, in touch with their broadcasters and their content providers. And now we have a much more targeted ad revenue. We have a much more targeted information base on knowledge and training online. And we can provide a bunch of services in the healthcare industry that way, when we're paying attention, when our AI agent is paying attention to that types of data and that types of questioning.
Thank you, Stephen. So it would be right to say that now the consumers, or rather the viewers, okay, actually engage with those advertisements that are out there. Am I right to say that? And this now,
That's exactly correct. We're going from a broadcast content provider centric system to a consumer centric system, and building the bridge in that relationship.
right. So now we also in AI, I presume there is an advertising matrix that is measured in minutes, which provides the ad view guarantee to the advertisers. Am I right?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Moradi, over to you.
Well, one of the areas that Stefan stressed tremendously about this factor is first of all, we are looking at it from our outline of our presentation, that what does it mean to the consumers, and what does it mean to the producers and the broadcasters, and how do we bring this together with the OTT partners, with the telecom partners, with the CDN partners, and so forth. So when we looked at and assessed the marketplace, we saw this is going to become a $4.2 trillion market size. So the research for that was justification by looking at some of the data. So we are not making those numbers. That is why we went and researched, and we realized Deloitte Industry Observation looked at the future scenario for the TV and video industry by 2030. And since we are launching the birth of the AI TV in 2025, we are looking at a 5-year product life cycle. And then when we are looking as developers in this kind of a life cycle, as visionaries, as the people that we have been in the industry for decades from different facets of life, we looked at the fact that how do we bring that together? So that is one of the reasons that in 2025, the first introduction of having a butler, if you will, on television was introduced at Consumer Electronics Show. And we think this is going to be tremendous opportunity and growth, because now Google itself, for example, has introduced the new TV Gemini, that now you can speak and ask questions and so forth. And the good part about it is that we are partnered with Google. We worked with Zoom. we've worked with Stripe, we've worked with leading suppliers around the globe that we can bring that culmination of that information together. So with that kind of a mindset, one of the areas that we looked at, it was the 4 scenarios that is going to create the impact according to Deloitte. Okay, so again, we are coding content. So one of them is called universal market. The other one is called content endgame. The third one is called Revenge of the Broadcasters. That's a good episode. I'll let you watch that. You're going to have it. And then we get lost in diversity, so we don't know who's what and what is happening. So these are very good information for the audience to learn. But more importantly, Stefan, you may want to express a little bit about this side of the equation, that what do we mean by AI TV and how the interactions come together?
Okay, so in your one-on-one session, which is format number 1 in this graphic, okay, we've got an AI agent and system responding specifically to a customer request, likes and dislikes.
Right.
The next step up is obviously groups. The third format is a small session that include devices and cloud devices or OTT devices, each one hosting its own consumer. And then when we do webinars and when we do watch parties, we have groups of people behind one device. Okay, so the AI agent has to be intelligent enough where it knows the environment that it is broadcasting into. Okay, and it looks to take feedback from either multiple people in the room or a one-on-one session. So having that level of intelligence. Also, the AI agent may very well be in a live broadcast scenario like we have right here, where we're going to take answers and questions from large groups of people that might be sitting on other cloud and or edge servers around the world. So it has to adapt very quickly to device adapting, what the device capability is. We may have people on cell phones. We may have people on 85-inch high-resolution TVs or on computers. Okay.
Yep.
So being able to have that intelligence is what AITT brings to the table over and above most everybody else in that industry, is that device adaptive capability and display capability. And therefore, we have multiple streams running at the edge server, and it's going directly into your communities and customers. And at that point in time, it dictates and recognizes what devices to display on. So if those devices change, it grabs another stream. Okay, and this is a perfect slide. This is where you have user generated content, you have a creative channel configuration, and then you have to pay attention to the DRM, the digital rights management content, to make sure that people aren't stealing the stream or doing something that is a bad actor type scenario. And we're maintaining a good, clean, clear communication with that groups of humans or one-on-one session.
Correct. More importantly, working with the content aggregators and the OTT and the broadcasters, they all have digital assets. So rights management becomes extremely crucial. Geo IP fencing becomes extremely valuable.
Yes.
Our vision is not only for one geo IP, is for the 150 geo IPs that we are working around the globe. We are working in Africa, we're working in Latin America, United States, APAC, Australia, and so forth, along with the series of global initiatives that we are putting together, along with the leading players such as Asia Pacific Broadcast Union, EBU, Atos, guys like that they are becoming part of our mantra. And with that, we want to share with you a little bit of a video that give you some general idea of what we are talking about. So let's look at the future of TV first as a presentation here. And every one of these segments are about a couple of minutes. So I'll start with this one.
In this scenario, a few global digital platform companies have taken over the leading role in aggregation and distribution from national broadcasters. They control the entire TV and video market and have entered all steps along the value chain. Similar to large supermarkets, each of the digital platform companies offers an extensive range of global and national content, only differentiated by some exclusive productions and sports rights. Broadcasting as we know it today has disappeared. Since video content is distributed over uniform all-IP networks, broadcasters went through a painful process of change and evolved into pure creators of national content. Mainly the consumer demand for relevant content, like news or local formats, saved their existence. At the beginning of the market transformation process, consumers were overwhelmed by the quantity of content available and the proliferation of content providers. That confusion quickly evolved into frustration. Subsequently, global digital platform companies exploited their technological capabilities to develop smart selection and recommendation, supported by artificial intelligence. Advertising, as well as consumer relationships, has also shifted to the digital platforms. Broadcasters are dependent on the revenue shares from digital platform companies and cut off from direct paid content and advertising revenues. Advertising agencies and traders have disappeared, rendered irrelevant by digital platforms' direct models of ad trading. In this scenario, regulators did not take significant steps to monitor and control the digital platform companies' market strength. From the regulator's perspective, the digital platforms are doing a decent job in catering for different cultural tastes and in providing local quality content.
So with that understanding, we are moving into the future of TV, which content becomes the end game. Because more importantly, what do? You always watch the content, right? So from a broadcasting point of view, content is king. The viewers, audience are the ones that they want to show. So take a listen on this one too. So
in this world, large global content owners are the winners from the market transition. They have vertically integrated along the entire value chain and started to withdraw and withhold content from the digital platform companies and distribute via their own channels, bypassing the platforms and establishing direct customer relationships.
now, example of this, for example, is Disney. If you recall, Disney was with DirecTV, was with Dish, was with many other distribution networks. What did they do? They took all of their learning lesson and they built their own platform with Hulu integration, with ESPN integrations, and all of these variations. Take a listen again.
Content has become the main differentiating factor in the video market, while technology like distribution, search, and recommendation is considered a commodity. Whereas big content owners with strong program brands and global reach target a global audience with costly blockbuster productions and benefit strongly from economies of scale, smaller producers have been pushed out of the market. Consequently, the variety of content has decreased, but quality of global productions has reached new dimensions. Broadcasters have survived by shifting their focus solely on the creation of strong local formats. They evolved into suppliers for the big global content owners and benefit from the protection of national regulators. Digital platform companies have retreated back to becoming a pure distribution channel focused purely on technical delivery. Consumers are no longer paying for a specific platform, but directly for their preferred content. Besides advertising, freemium services became the other relevant source of revenue for digital platform companies. As content is really king in this world, global content owners negotiate directly with advertisers. New ad models on a global scale have proven to be beneficial for content owners and international consumer brands. Advertising partnerships have established in the market, with sponsoring and content marketing being the most important examples.
One comment there. One of the things that our partner Google did with Gemini in the last 2 weeks, and we've been beta testing Gemini with Google here for quite a while,
Right.
is they now have taken the keyboard away. You can literally request content verbally.
Yep.
And the part that I like that, it creates a more intent to bridge a connection with the consumer, translate, okay, as they go to all markets around the world. So it's really trying to bridge the gap between all human beings and content that people like in different regions for different reasons. And that's the part I like about content being the end game and being the king, is it drives that type of innovation.
Precisely true. Because at the end of the day, the audience, especially different gens that are following the content and so forth, they have different point of interest. And that all becomes a learning experience based on their own personal LLM that the system can learn from them, and then not to waste their time unless they're in an exploratory mode. Let's take a look at what we are going to be doing with our broadcasters, because our broadcasters have been around for many years. And one of the area is that how they are going to take a little revenge in our next 5 years of a product life cycle. Take a listen.
In this scenario, national broadcasters have successfully accomplished digital transformation and secured a strong position in the TV and video ecosystem. Broadcasters have evolved into digital platforms and have established direct customer relationships and deliver on-demand content. During the transformation process, broadcasters developed excellent digital capabilities and entered the cognitive era in key domains such as targeted advertising and recommendation functions. National broadcasters and global digital platform companies coexist in the market, guaranteeing a high richness of content. Whilst national broadcasters focus on local quality content, digital platform companies supply global productions and blockbusters. Viewers can choose whether they want to watch linear or non-linear content from global or national sources. Also, technological alliances have shaped the market. National all-IP network operators helped broadcasters during the transformation process with their expertise in digital media distribution and leveraging customer data. The alliance resulted in an efficient distribution of content via high-performance platforms with smart access to customer data for the broadcasters. The collected user data would be an effective enabler for fully personalized advertisement. But advertising is part of a strong regulatory framework with strict data privacy rules. Advertising agencies remained in the market and helped broadcasters to implement innovative ads within the legal guidelines. Broadcasters also benefit from strong media regulation at a national level, as local content production enjoys firm regulatory support. The strict national and European regulatory regime is the answer to the threat of globally dominating digital media companies. With corresponding measurement systems, broadcast industry bodies have secured a strong national media industry.
And that is one of the reasons that we work with organizations and federations such as European Broadcast or Asia Pacific Broadcast, because they set the trends and the standards. And while they're doing that kind of thing, it allows consumers to benefit, the policymakers to put policies within their own country, and then at the same time allows the regulators to create the framework for their standards and policy within their own culture. There is another part that we are looking at it because called lost in diversity. So the diversity side of this is interesting. So take a listen.
The TV and video market has evolved into an ever more diverse ecosystem with no dominant players. Instead, consumers are served by numerous distribution platforms, a high richness of content, and a steady turnover of players in the market. Demand for national content remains strong, therefore partnerships of global and local players are widespread.
This part is extremely important because when we are bringing the culmination of these people together, it's really serving the audience actually within their own geo-IP, if you will. Because as you all know, TV broadcasters have their own preferences, they have their own likes, they have their own followers based on their audience and the target that they're presenting. So one of the areas that AITV is working on is inclusion of all of these opportunities where you can choose the one that you want to use based on your preferences. So think about that kind of
The clear
situation.
distinction between content production and distribution strongly characterizes this world. Everyone does everything in this world. Global digital platform companies have established direct customer relationships. Telecommunication providers, broadcasters, and content producers have also successfully created their own digital platforms. Digital platform companies contribute global formats like high-profile series. To provide relevant local content, they also forge alliances with local producers. All IP network operators act as super aggregators. They provide access to content and structure the market from the customer's perspective by offering guidance across platforms. Consumers are only interested in content and therefore are less loyal to one single platform or brand. National broadcasters capitalize on the consumer's huge appetite for local news, sports, movies, and series. Broadcasters who started their digital transformation at an early stage are using their own platforms for content distribution. All in all, national broadcasters remain independent and maintain their livelihood by various revenue streams.
Now, there is another subject in here that is worth mentioning is most of these networks that they already have set up their own structure, they're using what we call content delivery network, CDN. That's the one that Stefan was talking about with the edge delivery, with the push delivery. And whether you realize it or not, whether you use YouTube or you watch Netflix or watch any other show from Disney or so forth, you're using the push technology through their main servers, that is their repository, and their edge servers around the globe that it allows you to connect and allow you to watch either live or on-demand content.
Yes.
In this vivid and dynamic market, advertising agencies continue to have a high relevance. They systematically allocate advertising budgets and provide guidance within the complex TV and video ecosystem. As digital platforms facilitate personalized advertisement, agencies had to acquire comprehensive data analytics skills. In this way, they became...
And this is also becomes what we call CDP, Client Data Platform.
Right.
With CDP, for example, AITV signed an NDA and integration services to Disney Network. So our audience, for example, can have access to 166 million target audience around the globe.
And we can get feedback from that audience directly, which is a much higher level of what people like and dislike versus the push technology that they're selling advertising space for right now. So it's less of a shotgun approach and more of an individual or group approach with this type of technology.
Precisely. And one of the reasons is that the days of CPM, so many thousand clicks that it was from the 60s and 70s and 80s, these are dying with the new algorithm, with the new AI. People don't want to just spend millions and then not to get any return. When you want to advertise, you want to have a KPI, right? You want to have keeping people informed or immersed or interested, with your brand, your product, your services. What are you trying to accomplish? All of those becomes part of that equation.
Indispensable advisors for advertisers. The primary concern of regulators in this scenario is the preservation of local content and media companies. With their regulatory decisions, they strongly protected national broadcasters and put them in a position to compete against the digital and financial muscle of the large global digital platform companies.
And this is extremely important because geo-IP fencing and AITV gives the users and the local broadcasters, like we are doing with Ghana, in Botswana, and so forth, their localization. So their locals can create their own content, right, and distribute it within their own network, while they still can aggregate content from the leading industry and so forth. So with that in mind, I turn the podium back to you, Vijay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moradi. It was very interesting to have explored the content aspect of it and on AITV. Now, gentlemen, I have got a question for the audience on behalf of the audience. Can we speak about how the remote control now becomes the catalyst? Your mobile phone actually becomes the remote control for AITV.
Stefan?
Okay, so bottom line is if we continue down this road of getting rid of the keyboard and the mouse to
Right.
all of our devices.
Right.
The easiest one to bring online first is going to be the mobile phone. We already can talk to it. We can already tell it to set a schedule for us, make a telephone call, send a text. Okay. So that platform exists. Those APIs exist. The way to integrate with that system is easy for us to do at this point. Every single remote coming out with TVs this day has a microphone button on it.
Mhm.
That means every single manufacturer of an API can use an app. We can make app calls into that system and allow that to be the voice controlling device. Now it's up to the AI TV agent to be aware of that person's voice, of their interests, of the things that they want. So a verbal command is less of a responding to prompt and becomes more of an intuitive response based on history for that user or for that group. So I'm a big fan of getting rid of the keyboard and the mouse. I've always wanted to be that for the last 25 years, and it looks like we're going to get there.
All right.
Supplementing what you're saying,
Right.
as we are getting old, we misplace our remote control.
Right.
Exactly right. I should be able to talk to this machine and have it do exactly what I want it to do while I
But
can
our
do
phone is
everything.
always with us, right?
Right. Yeah. So now that becomes a reduced hardware effect. You know, even I believe the webcam also now the telephone can be utilized, right? The phone in the cameras in the telephone can now be utilized as the webcam as well for the interactive element to work.
Well, there is a fundamental issue that you just pointed out, VJ, along with Stefan, is what we are working on is building behind the scene an interactive studio on your television set.
Okay.
This is designed ultimately for both producers and production houses, and it's also designed eventually for the consumer, where you can sit in front of your TV and tell a story, and the story can turn into a video, and you can send that to all of your like-minded individuals through distribution for your monetization.
So
Whether you're a creative channel,
Okay.
musician, go ahead.
Okay, no, sorry. I was just curious, you know, as you were speaking. So now it makes the viewers or the consumers of AI TV become content creators, where they can curate their own content.
That
Would
is
that be right
correct.
to say that?
Yes, exactly right. And be shown and shared in their own community. So now we've got small business owners creating their own content, going to the community around them via this type of technology.
Right. So now AI TV drives where now the content is literally curated by the viewers, the audiences, and drive the content to which way they want. And now you can create communities who can now counter share. Am I right?
Correct.
Correct.
Precisely.
Okay. I have got another question now, gentlemen, regarding the AI agent. Now, can the viewers or audience personalize their AI agents according to their requirements and needs and wants?
Yes, the answer is yes. You can actually go on and have your favorite movie star be your interface. If you want to take a picture of yourself and record your own voice, you can actually be having a conversation with yourself if you'd like.
Me.
So right. So, and I often listen to myself talk to myself all the time. So that, you know, that gives us the flexibility again of creating an immersive environment that the user wants to be in on a daily basis. And that's going to do nothing but give us ad revenue. It's going to make the broadcasters happy, and it's going to give us back a ton of data for that user, that community, in that area as we go forward.
Okay. So TV, that means TV is going to become a very personalized experience. Would that be right?
Yes.
Okay.
And the good part about that is that we are not confining you to the TV because you can take it with your mobile. That's the whole idea.
Right.
Okay. So
and you
that
can
means
take it to
the
your
AI
desktop.
TV now follows you.
Right, exactly. Because you don't have that limitation that, oh, I'm stuck on the TV, but we want to give you the highest experience with the large screens. Like Stefan says, you watch your video wall and you see the immersive content with multi-stream, multi-codec, multi-format, like we are doing right now inside these rooms for the audience
Uh-huh.
can become part of your DNA and life experience.
Or if you're on travel and you're staying in a hotel, you now have your digital media device with you, your cell phone. You can cast it onto the screen there and take all of your immersive environment with you, so to speak, as you travel.
Right.
Okay. So does this mean also that the advertisers follow the consumers and the viewers?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So now that's where the advertising matrix at AITV becomes a value proposition and a huge difference to what is available in the market. Am I correct to say that?
Yes.
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 Absolutely correct statement. And now every single individual is not having to put up with things that they don't want to see or they don't want to do. They are now able to create that environment that they're very comfortable in. And if you're comfortable, you're going to use it a lot throughout the day.
Right. So the user gets to choose what they want to see, what they want to watch, what advertisement that they probably would like to have according to their moods. Am I
That
right?
is correct.
Correct. Okay. So,
It's
gentlemen,
also important for the broadcasters because as we are talking to different groups,
Mhm.
one of them, for example, is a mutual colleague that is going to become part of our advisory board,
Mhm.
and they're dominant all over Europe and Asia and Africa and in Saudi Arabia, for example. They are looking at the fact that they'll be able to have an AI agent like this connected to the news feed.
Yeah.
So you can go and talk to your agent now in the TV instead of just listening. You can tell her and say, "Hey, give me the last 30 minutes of the headline news."
okay.
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 Or give your agent a piece of information that you're looking for an update on
Right.
in the industry.
Okay.
It'll look for you and deliver it when
Right.
it's ready. So
In real time.
yeah.
Right. So these challenges that we are going, we are looking at as a future and forward-looking way of television that now it's only what you call smart TV, which is not, okay, or connected TV, which is connected to your Wi-Fi, now into a new dimension of an experience without taking away everything that you already have. So
Correct.
this becomes a new paradox. More importantly, now you can be part of an interactive game show, a TV show, a
Yes.
broadcast that you can be captured right from your phone, brought to your television, and from television, sending you back to your digital studio that you saw in here, right?
Right.
Under this studio, they can do all the kind of work behind the scene without you being, but you're part of that experience where millions of other people are watching you.
Right.
So these are the fun stuff that we think that is going to become tremendous, just like the way reality TV came to the marketplace, if you
Okay.
recall. Okay.
Yes.
Now immersive AI TV becomes the next producing.
Okay.
Right.
Like you're working right now with Dade County, Miami Police Department through one of our partners. More importantly is we also want to advise our colleagues in here that formatting content is a valuable digital asset. And if you need to work with us, we can teach you how you can create your own IP with your own content. Because just putting out the content is useless. But the way that you structure it and you copyright it and you trademark it, that becomes a digital assets that you can monetize over the years, over a long life of a life cycle. Back to you.
Wow. Wow. It's very interesting. You know, AI TV adds everything. It even provides content as digital assets. Now, that's
Right.
a monetizing venue that we have with AI TV. And the interactive capabilities where now you can have real-time engagement and also probably possibilities of the advertisers engaging with the audience as well to get real-time data and
Right.
feedback. These are all
Correct.
possibilities with AI TV. Is that not right? Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's absolutely correct. And imagine, if you will, everybody on TikTok and Instagram is always putting up streaming,
Right.
clips of some kind. So let's say you're watching a clip one day and you want to share it with people in a specific group or with somebody on your contact list.
Right.
Now you can actually do that, and they can watch the stream live with you as you're watching it and
Okay.
communicate back and forth with each other. So you can create an on-the-fly watch party, literally from your phone with your AI TV agent.
Okay, so what this means also is that now this gives an opportunity to eliminate deepfake AI.
Yes,
Of course.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, so it becomes a more private and secured digital media hub for each viewer. Would that be correct as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. I can't wait for AITV to start and become a subscribe to the service myself. Speaking about
Well,
it.
we are already creating this what we call be first to know,
Okay.
uh, and our audience can go to aitvtech.co and sign up and register depending on their level of interest. But we are bringing the AI TV from top down. We are bringing it with the broadcasters, with the TV producers, guys like that we have worked over the years. So it can build the confidence, the trust factor, but ultimately this delivery becomes interactive, right? And
Correct.
then you can take that with your devices, just like what Stefan mentioned. And then our launch that is starting right now is from North America,
Mm-hmm,
working with different groups also in Switzerland,
mm-hmm.
in different parts of the world that we can basically, like you just talked about, mitigate deep fake because a lot of superstars, they are all concerned about
Right.
their digital assets and
Mm-hmm.
how they're going to be used or
Yeah,
abused. But
yeah.
inside the AI TV, everything gets licensed.
Okay.
Back to you.
Absolutely.
So the abuse of the rights management of the famous artists and movie stars becomes protected in AI TV.
Precisely.
Thank you very much for that, gentlemen. I think we have reached the end of the show today. This wraps up part three, from viewers to visionaries. Tonight we didn't just talk about the future of TV. We literally visualized real-time AI agents that react to the viewer's preferences, adapt at the moment, and build a personalized living experience, whether the users have got very immersive experience with their TV and content, whether you're watching at home, on your phone, or inside a virtual world. And your device, it's no longer just a screen, it's a remote, a feedback tool, and even a co-star. With AI TV, the line between audience and creator is disappearing, and in its place we are getting a dynamic, interactive, intelligent future. So as you head home tonight, remember this: television is no longer one size fits all. It's one screen fits you. That's
Very
big
good.
thanks to our brilliant guests, our tech partners, and our media partners: K Media, Borneo Post, Utusan Borneo, Sunday Post, Sihua Daily, TFM, and Oriental Daily Online.
And
Thank you.
thank you for watching, and we
Thank you for
appreciate
watching.
your time. Any summary you have, Stefan?
I think we're having a lot of fun, architecting the future. And so this is one of those products you got to love it and you got to live it. So we're looking forward to
That's the slogan I wanted to
Love it
hear.
and live
That's
it.
it.
AI TV, love it and live it.
Yep.
That's right. And if you like it, if you love it, come and join us. That's the whole idea. Because with your input, we can make things better, respect your privacy, give you an opportunity that you can become part of our stakeholder under our ESG model. So we invite all of you to participate and be active with our team. Back to you, Bridget.
Big thanks to Dr. Moradi and Stephen, our brilliant guests, our tech partners, and where we won't, our live audience. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and join us next time, where we won't just preview the next tech breakthrough, we'll talk to it. I am MVJ, and this has been Tech Talk, where the future answers back. Thank you.
Cheers. All right. Thank you.